The Department of Defense, or Department of War if you prefer, is picking a fight with the Boy Scouts over their alleged DEI policies and threatening to withhold military support ahead of their national jamboree this year. The 10-day camping summit happens just once every 4 years and includes thousands of Scouts from across the country. And it usually relies on National Guard and active duty service members for medical, security and logistical support. The Pentagon had reportedly begun finalising its plans to support the Scouts during this year's jamboree, but they are now threatening to pull the plug, which would jeopardise the whole gathering.
Chief Pentagon spokesperson Sean Parnell took to X this week, writing in part, "For more than a decade now, Scouting America's leadership has made decisions that run counter to the values of this administration and this Department of War, including an embrace of DEI and other social justice, gender-fluid ideological stances. This is unacceptable." They, Scouting America, have firmly committed to a return to core principles, back to God and country immediately. We believe we can continue our partnership with Scouting America as long as the organization rapidly implements the common sense core value reforms. They are on the clock and we are watching. Now, it's not clear what, if anything, Scouting leadership might agree to, including whether they would return to being a boys-only organization. Right now, the Jamboree is still scheduled for July. My knowledge of the Boy Scouts is, or Scouting America, whatever they call it now, is extremely low. This is a federally chartered organization, so it has some, it's not a totally private on its own thing. If it were, I would say they can do whatever. I would say that in both directions. They can do DEI if they want. They can exclude trans people and gay people if they want. I don't care. It's their organization. None of my business. It seems it's entwined enough with government that, because they used to be, they were facing pressure to have gay scout leaders and have girls and do things. They were facing that from liberals, and now it sounds like they're facing pressure from members of the Republican administration to not do DEI, whatever that means. I frankly can't get myself very worked up about it either way. I think the organization should be able to make whatever choices it wants to in terms of its hiring in both directions is what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the degree to which I get worked up about it is the Pentagon, of all places, putting pressure on them to be anti-DEI, however the Pentagon defines that, and I suspect Pete Hegseth would define that in very different terms to people on the more liberal side of the equation, and just the sort of seeming glee in applying that pressure and the demand, what was the phrase, for God and country or something? I mean, that's just kind of saying that I automatically kind of recoil from.
Well, you may recoil at that, but that is part of the organization. I mean, it was founded as a patriotic, not specific to one religion, but it had, there was a controversy over whether there could be Buddhists in it, because it does, you have to have belief in one God, and it's, again, it should just be on its own. It should be, it's an organization that makes its own determinations and should not really be the guy. But it's not jarring from the organization's perspective to say it should be about God and country.
No, but I mean, that's probably one of the reasons why, even when I was a kid, in the north of Ireland, they had a version that was affiliated with the Presbyterian Church called the Boys Brigade. My mother had gone to the girls' equivalent when she was a kid and enjoyed it. I hated the Boys Brigade because it was wrapped up in this combination of sort of religion and I was about 7 years old, these kind of quasi-military drills and marching and, I don't know, very strange. So I'm not somebody who has a great affinity with these organizations in the first place. Just the general push or mocking of DEI things, I tend to be skeptical of.
I am for organizations that provide healthy, fun, outdoor activities for young people, for boys and girls, for proper social behavior, especially in this time period where we're so concerned about kids being too addicted to their phones and not, doing enough healthy, constructive playtime. I'm in favor of that, so I would be sad to have it canceled for this reason. I think it can do a lot of good. That does it for us on Rising Live today. Look out for more exclusive YouTube content coming your way later today. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Hill's YouTube channel so that you never miss any content. And for those of you who like to listen while on the go, we're now available anywhere you listen to podcasts. We will see you later. Take care.